I was bleeding.
Oh, damn.
I was bleeding. It was late. I was bleeding. Now, friends of Chekivi, they see me.
No, quite retaliate, bro.
No, I couldn't. What I saw my mother going through, I couldn't do to any woman.
Salute,
I hate
man.
it. I hate
Salute.
it. Should we pray?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Heavenly Father, thank you for this lovely day, this lovely morning, Lord. And even thank you for breakfast, Lord, that you've provided for us. Thank you. We bless your name. In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen. Ladies and gentlemen,
They say a hungry man's prayer. Very short.
Very short. We're going to keep this short. I don't know if it's going to be short. We have so much to share. On Victors with Victors today, ladies and gentlemen, we're full of surprises. A mentor, a brother, community developer, dance activist. Hey, welcome to the show, bro. I'm really honored to have you. Despite your busy schedule, you're here with us.
And thank you
Karibu
so much for
breakfast.
You
see our
this is lovely.
Yeah, because you're special, bro.
Thank you. That makes me feel so special indeed.
To Victors with Victors.
Thank you.
And to the community at large. I was really looking forward to hosting you, bro.
Thank you.
I don't know where I should start. We have so much to talk about. But I think tuanzie breakfast.
Yes. Kwanza breakfast iko juu sana.
Nashukuru, bro.
Tumetoka
mbali.
Mali kuna chakula.
Inaitwa bragging rights ama pride.
My boss used to say, if you know the food is good, it's not the way it appears, but the way it disappears. So let us make it disappear.
Anyway, good to have you, bro. I know who you are. It probably tells, it's clear who you are, but some of these people who are watching are new to the work that you do. And those of Victor, I'd just like you to introduce yourself.
Sorry, my name is Nicholas.
Uko aje, bro?
Niko poa, kuna chakula ni poa.
Niko poa, mimi niko fiti.
Mse ako fiti kabisa. Kweli hata tunaweza ona. Very good.
We came a long way, bro. Nakumbuka the first time at the gym, na ile injury. Yeah. It's you who were like giving me the sequences to do.
I'm glad you're doing well.
I still do it to that, man. Nakumbuka nilikuwa hivi.
Ulikuwa kadogo hivi. So tiny.
But look at you now. You can train with your students. I feel like you guys were gossiping about.
Oh my goodness. You've come a long way. You're one of the people I always look at and I'm like, anyway, hard work pays.
Appreciate. There's nowhere I don't think there's a better way I could give you your flowers. So I organized this breakfast.
Thank you.
My team, Victors with Victors.
Thank you so much. Yeah, so
you are still introducing yourself.
Yes. My name is Nicholas Orito Wichenje, or you can call me, this is the brand name, Nicofiti.
If you don't have this, by the way, I don't know what you're
can get you one.
Reach out to Nicofiti.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, so I am a fitness enthusiast, born and raised in Kibra. I'm the founder and owner of Nicofiti. At Nicofiti, we teach Zumba. Then we have Zumba Central, that is Zumba with the chair. Then we have Aqua Zumba, of course that's Zumba in the pool, not in a lake pool. Then, of course, we also teach Strong Nation. Strong Nation is a HIIT workout. It's more of toning. Then, of course, we have Zumba Kawaida. Then, of course, we also do boot camps. Yeah. And our fitness program just cuts across all ages. We're talking of toddlers from age 0 to 77. Yeah.
Unajua schedule yako kwa busy. Mpaka mi ushindwa, like yesterday you had close to 7 classes.
Yesterday was, oh my goodness. I figured home like this. I made dinner and I slept immediately.
When do you rest, man?
Well, in between the sessions, I get at least half an hour, sometimes an hour just to rest. And I really rest.
Quick naps.
And they help a lot. What did you call them?
I said quick naps.
We leave it at that.
Okay, yeah. And then?
Yes. So, we do a lot in our community, and as I said, from age 0 to 77, we have something at least for everyone in our community. So no one is secluded.
Nico, growing up, I think some of the people we could look up to was you, and you guys were not many. Each generation, how was it growing up, and how then did you get into doing something positive for the community? Naile generation.
The generation was tough because, without naming names, it's either you were a footballer or a thug.
Na footballer walikuwa mathug.
Most of them.
Walikuwa na magan.
Some of them were good though. Some of them were good, but quite a few. But most of them, they had to, take the other path. So it was quite a challenge for us to go because the peer pressure. You want to be accepted. They're there. You want to be, you want to be part of. But one thing that really helped me a lot is my mom introduced me to church at a very tender age, which really helped. And I remember those were early 90s. We were in this dance team in a church, which really helped a lot because Saturdays and Sundays, those were days. On a Saturday, that's a day to practice. On Sunday in church, that's the day to perform. So you didn't have time to punish them to sing. And midweek, uko then apart from school, you were helping, with the house chores. You're always busy.
You had things to look up to.
But then I had people that I can, at least people who are positive in the society, I can mention them. Someone like George Oko, and he's just an amazing man.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, someone like Edwin Ouma. Yeah, these are people that really mentored me. I remember one thing about my mentor, George, he used to tell me, by then I used to struggle a lot with asthma.
Ulikuanga asthmatic, bro.
So sometimes I used to take advantage of that. So this guy used to tell me, by then it made no sense. But today I look at it and I'm like, blessed is the mother who gave birth to that guy.
Amen.
He used to tell me, Nick, I don't care. I don't care, you're asthmatic. You're going to make 12 laps here and you're going to do it. Then he would look the other way. Imagine I would do it.
Alikuwa na heal asthma yako.
Yes, he was doing it the hard way. And growing up since childhood, I have always been an emotional guy. I would cry and I'll be like, this guy doesn't care.
Nico,
but today, we have enough of this, so if I happen to cry by now, I'm going to put myself together.
You're probably going to make me cry. If you cry, man.
But then these guys supported me, and one of the things they constantly used to tell me, do all you can do till you get something you're good at.
Right.
I remember there was a time Edu, Osh, alianza kunimenta aerobics. Bro, this guy tried. At one point, they even laid hands on my head so that I could get it. But I was even worse. Years later, I learned to Zumba. And now Zumba is what I do.
So
but before I got Zumba, I did so many things.
You're one of the biggest Zumba instructor to start. One of the biggest Zumba instructors in the continent of Africa right now.
Thank you.
And with the awards you've been winning, with the mentorship you're doing, talk to us about the projects you're doing now. I know.
Currently, I'll say, on behalf of Nicofiti team, we are more than, I think, 7 staff members.
Amen.
Yeah, that's a good number.
Amen.
Yeah, and they're amazing. You should meet them.
I know some of them.
The backbone of Nicofiti is giving back.
Yeah.
If you do not have the desire and a heart for the community, then Nicofiti is not a place for you. Of course, at the end of the day, we have to eat, take care of our needs, but our backbone is giving back. So what we do, currently, we teach Zumba in the prison.
Start with there. The first time I saw a post of you in the prison, to be honest, also, what I do with the community.
Yes.
But prison was something I would like to do.
Yes. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Because you're dealing with a lot of people. That was the thought that I had. So how then do you work around that? And who picks who you're working with?
First and foremost, going to the prison wasn't really my initiative.
Okay.
Someone just approached me. It's a project called AfriLift. And they told me, look, we're having this and we want to start now working in the prison with these young people. And when you talk of the prison, we're talking of the juvenile.
Man.
Najua. Because this project, AfriLift, it's an amazing project. What they do, they take boys from the street. They have a home in Kisarian. Now, the program runs for 2 years, where they teach them agriculture, there's computer learning and stuff. And after 2 years, the project itself, tafutia kazi. So they've changed. The project has been there for more than 20 years, by the way.
So they've had a huge impact.
Yes. So they call me, like, we're doing this, but you know what? Being young people, you'll never have their attention unless you come up with something more physical. Because, they will have to use their energy.
Too much energy they need
and that's how we started working with them. And currently, I would say Zumba, and let me just say fitness in general, has been a major tool reaching out to these young people. As we always say, sometimes in life, you have to give people what they want so that you can get an opportunity to give them what they need. Would you like me to repeat that again?
I got it. You can repeat it for the audience, though.
Sometimes in life, you have to give people what they want so that you can get an opportunity to give them what they need. Now, with these young people, what they want to throw punches, they want to throw kicks. For the girls, they want to shake. And once they do that, you fully have their attention. Fully have their attention.
What do you think is their need?
Yes, now their need is reconnecting them back to the community.
Okay.
Bringing them to a point where they learn that they are not mzigos in the society. Some of them have given up, man. One of the ways to know that someone has given up is how they talk. The kind of words that come out of their mouth. So negative, they're so vulgar. They are, and sometimes not even belittling themselves. It's being too aggressive.
Okay.
Too aggressive. An aggressiveness sometimes that no one can stand.
So the kind of work you're doing is more therapeutic to me.
Yeah, exactly.
The way it sounds. So do you get deep into why is this person acting this way?
Yes, we do. We do have group therapy and sometimes even individual one-on-one.
Okay.
Yes, and some of them, something I cannot say in front of the camera, but some of them, they will tell you deep things, what they've gone through, what they've done. And of course, you have to involve the authorities, but this has to, otherwise, and you have to protect them. Yeah,
that's really tricky, especially when I've worked with kids who have committed some crime, and now as a social worker, as a therapist, you think about how then do you balance between, do I report this case or do I handle it confidentially? How do you go about such cases?
Well, the only one time that you have to report it if it's going to endanger other people.
Okay.
If
it's a confession.
Well, if it is a confession,
and it's a genuine confession, you look at
someone on the other side, they're in trouble, yet they shouldn't because of this person, then you have to find a wise way of handling it without creating more damage to either parties. This one or the other one. Yeah. It's not easy.
It's tough. I know it's very tough.
There are moments you say that, and when they know that whatever they told you in confidentiality, you went around telling people, they will never open up to you again, and that's a loss to you. Yeah, because you should be able to support and empower as many boys and girls as possible.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also now, we have so much to talk about. And in honor of time, I just want to keep going.
Yes.
Because you have a lot of projects that I don't know if you can talk about Sasa Hivi.
Right.
Talk to me about the feeding program. You're one of the people. I know in Kibera we have 1,000 organizations. I call them report organizations.
Yes. There are so many. Sometimes I look
report
at them
organizations.
Like, my goodness.
They're always looking forward to the end of the month to do a report. Na number then you wanna assume.
I had someone calling them briefcase.
Briefcase.
Yes. projects.
So, and you're one of the people who are really going down
Yeah.
on the grassroots and
Yes.
doing like
Yeah.
work with the
Yeah.
community.
Yeah.
Do you want to question how isn't there an impact in Kibera? Kwa nini to change Kibera? Na Kibera kuna organization mingi. One is organization of feeling kama a lot of them are in wrong hands.
Yes. You know,
Talk to me about the feeding program, how it started and.
Feeding program, it started around COVID time, and this is a story that someone told me and they shared with me, and I had to join them.
So it's a COVID-inspired
Yes.
story.
This guy and friends were just, to cut the long story short, they were just having a meal, and some kids came.
Usisahau kuhava meal,
Yes.
that's it.
Thank you. They were just having a meal, just the way we're having this meal, and kids came to them, and they looked, you know, those puppy eyes. Like, would you share?
We are hungry.
They gave two, then more came, and more came, and these young men were like, why can't we start a feeding program for these kids? But they couldn't do it because also pia uko chini pia kuna shortcomings zao. So they had to reach out to people like Nico and others. And for me, it was beautiful because, and I felt like I didn't even think twice. You know, I was born and raised down there. Yeah. So I know what it means to have one meal a day, and sometimes my mom, I remember some days my mom would get mtura and mix it with sukuma wiki and make ugali. You know, so I understand what it means kuka nja and missing meals.
Right.
So they won with my team, and I will always appreciate my Nikofiti team, our clients. I went and talked to them. They did not even blink. They were like, what can we give? The first day, I remember we fed roughly, on the lower side, 300 kids under the Maranatha organization. You've had Maranatha CBO being run by Clyde. And before that, we thought it was just about feeding them. My goodness, we had a speaker there. These kids danced.
They danced. I saw that video.
They danced to a point you're like, okay. Now, and to be honest, I'll tell you this, Zumba is very expensive.
I know.
Zumba is not cheap.
I know.
I mean, the classes, a talk like this one here, Zumba, you can get it for, $45 or $35. Kiatu, 8K ya Kenya. 8K. So
I remember I negotiated, but I got this for $15.
Yeah, this one. One day it's to go for $45. But
check out Nikofiti and order the Nikofiti brands before it gets expensive. Yeah.
So day one we fed like 300 with food, and we started bringing more people into the dance floor, talking to other people, others. In fact, even the international communities, friends from the US, friends from UK, China, they're like, how can we support? And through that, the numbers been growing, and feeding more kids and dancing with them, hoping our ultimate goal is that one day we will reach a point that we'll start taking them to school, not just feeding and dancing. We want to take it a notch higher to a point.
What's dance for you, Nico? Because tusidanganyane, watu si wajinga bwana. It's not just about moving to the music and just getting on the floor. There's more into it. I mean, last year we did a project with you, and I was watching. I was on Backyard with my organization, Slam Dance, if you remember.
Yeah, remember. That was last year?
Yes. In December, when we did the finals for Slam Dance. Yeah. And I was watching, man. I got a chance to watch you doing that class, and people didn't know that I know you. The people were standing behind us. I heard them talking. They were like, oh man, this guy is doing the thing with passion, man.
Wow.
But for me, I don't really think, it's not just barely about movement and music. Tell us, what is dance for you?
For me, of course, you have to have passion in anything that you do for you to achieve. There has to be a serious level of you being passionate, because being passionate means whether you get paid or not, you'll still do it. Whether you're in a good mood or not, you'll still do it.
Even when you don't get paid now. Okay.
Should we switch over? Well, I will tell you this. I'm a strong believer of, yes, you're passionate about it, but it's even better when it pays your bill.
Good, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you got bills.
Because honestly, for me, when I started Zumba, honestly,
Okay,
it wasn't about money. I loved it.
But you're gonna drive?
But yes,
You're gonna get.
but you see this.
Ungeza kufidwa se.
True. Yeah, but you see, the good thing about being passionate, you come into whatever you're doing, whether it's dancing, soccer, whatever you're doing, with a mind of, I want to learn. But when you come, the first thing, I want to do it and get paid, you're going to fasten everything. Now you're going to miss a lot of steps while at it. And most people are so gullible. They think, oh, you know what, if I just did it, it's going to work. No, start with passion. And you know, being passionate, actually what it does, it builds your foundation. Now, after the foundation, of course, we start talking about pillars. Pillars is where some of us are right now. You make a choreo, people pay you, you go to a class, and with so much humility. There are classes I go sometimes, someone else will be paid 2,500, I'll be paid 8K, even 10.
Because of branding, bro. And
yes,
something
true.
you're not addressing. I know you are a brand. Nico Fiti is a brand that I know if I'm calling Nico Fiti to the show, then I needed to have a special breakfast for him. Bro, talk to us about branding. Ni nini unajua yenye au mazumba instructor wengine ama choreographers wengine hawajui? Tuambie.
Hey, hiyo swali ni ngumu. I think kila instructor anakamna their own taste. Nico Fiti, they have something in particular that clients love. Then there's that other guy and the other one and the other one. They have something that their clients love. So each instructor brings something different on the table. That's why we always say there's enough clients for all of us. Yes.
The cake is too big, yeah.
Yeah. The only thing about, I wouldn't say really Nico Fiti, but I would say about Zumba in particular is it's worldwide. So you find that the same music that I use in my class is the same music it's being used. Yes, and sometimes even the choreography. But of course, for especially for my team, when I fanyaga but with me, I tend to make my own choreographies, which they're doing so well.
Nice. I followed closely to what you do, and one of your students, Liz, is somebody that I'm really proud of as a young girl who is also now inspiring young girls in the community.
Her nickname is Sibur. What does Sibur mean?
Sibur is like lion, but she should be a lioness.
Sibur like rest. Sibures. Yes.
Shout out to
She's
you.
amazing. She's amazing.
I know she's represented Nico Fiti
globally. A lot.
And now, talk to us about young women empowerment through dance, because I know that is one of the things you big in.
Yes. I think one of the greatest challenges in this 21st century, we still have gender-based, you know. I know even men are experiencing it, but mostly a bigger fraction is women being battered, being, they go through a lot. Okay. And my mother was a victim when I grew up. She went through a lot. I'm not here to tarnish my late dad's name. No, I don't want to tarnish his name down. It was also, he had a good side, but the things that my mother went through, I really hated it. Every day.
You saw it as
every day. So I grew up and I said, if one day God, I'm going to get an opportunity also to work with the women in my community, it's a gesture that I won't resist. I would take it. I'll grab it without even thinking twice. So growing up as a young man, a number of times I saw women being killed in their houses. And now, years later, I find Zumba. And I realized actually I could use Zumba, as I said earlier, as a tool to raise them, bring them close.
Have them shake.
Once they sit down, we shake.
Then we talk.
Hey,
open up.
What's happening?
Yeah.
Like, it's like an icebreaker.
Right.
Yeah. So they open up and you know there are quite a number of them. They come up with solutions. the reason together, you just facilitate.
What are some of the amazing solutions you've gotten from somebody who's experienced GBV?
Well, I remember quite a number. I've even lost track, who couldn't go forward and talk about their problem because they always believed if the man is arrested, then they will also starve to death. But they were 160 degrees wrong, because and men, do not get me wrong, we're not inciting your wives, not really, because again, some of these ladies are your sisters, mothers, and I'm not doing it because
daughters.
Yes, and anyway, I'm not doing it because they are our mothers. I'm not doing it because they are our sisters. I'm not doing it because they are our girlfriend and stuff. I'm doing that because they're human beings. They do not. I do not have to do it because I have a sister. If my sister would go this, I would be hurt. No, she has rights too. Na kama mwezi patana, you split. So we have rahisi kuliko kuana. ISID. So a number of them to me through other powerful women in the society, people like Editor,
Editor House,
that mama. There's another.
I have a lot of respect for that lady.
There's another one upper Kandoya DC, someone Mohammed, and akona yake inajitaji. She's a very powerful woman.
It'd be good to host her, man. She can connect her with us.
Yeah, she's amazing. She's just amazing. So we work together. I cannot just come from where like Sylvester Stallone. No. I have to work with people, work with them.
The community, and I think that is the beauty of this generation in our Kibera community. So now, a while ago I couldn't be able to host you here. I know you're a dancer, I'm a dancer, but I think kulikuwa na small-mindedness in
agree, true.
Ego flying, it makes sense. So then we were
we are growing.
It was powerful to see you in my event last year, bro. I was like, this is a dream come true. And we probably do more. But Nico Sasa, I hosted Editor here, I told you.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Nice.
Our video is about to be out. You'll be one of the first. Of course, you end up at Kwanza love well. But then one of the concerns was when this GBV. Kuna watu wanaweza kuwa wagonjwa. It's not just men, also women. Do you just listen to one party? Do you, by the time unaambia mse split, you've listened to both the parties and really establish the source of the problem, especially if the woman is not ready to leave the man? And do you think there is need? Because I see that gap. A woman would come, be on screen. I've seen a lot of YouTube shows, and then she gets very emotional and cry, and people are like, "Oh, men are animals." So there's an attack on men, but also not just men. Like what just happened recently, very unfortunately, the lady who lost her life on camera. And the man was recording.
Oh my goodness!
So a lot of people were judging him, and I'm not justifying what happened, but mtu wako tu sawa would not record that. I'd be really concerned about his mental status.
I wouldn't even want that video to see the light of the day.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So then this explains to you that this man is probably just numb to everything that's going on. Do you feel like it's an angle that should be taken other than just listening to one party and judging?
I think first and foremost, I would never, let me just rectify that, I would never like assertively or confidently tell a woman to leave their husband. What I do, I try to bring professionals. My work is basically to gather them through Zumba, bring them close, then I bring a professional to handle that. As we always say, for us to change our communities with our different gifting talents, we come together, then we'll change our society, our community. So what I do through fitness, and in many forums where I've gone, I just use Zumba or fitness in general to bring people together, then professionals talk. In addition to that, I would say if a woman is being battered, or even a man, for that case, I would want them, I could be wrong, but I would want them to solve this issue akiwa kombali. Because, you know this thing, and long time, what used to happen is, ukipigwa, your parents or your siblings wanasema tu, vumilia tu. Then one day you go for a dead body. But for me, I would, because we've had women, amezab, bro, barely 3 months, and the man is already on her. How do I tell this woman, just hold on, mndoni kuvumiliana? No, I would bring the professionals, people who won't also involve their emotions while helping her. Of course, we're human beings. As I told you, I'm an emotional guy. But for me, I would honestly tell this mama, you know what, as you solve this, I would ask you to go to the authorities. Yeah? Sometimes you know natoka kwa chief ama huko karao, then wanaambia wewe ukipatikana kitu, some fear and they stop, but some do not. But the bottom line of the composition is, you'd rather move aside with your little baby, start hustling and take your kuliko, you die, then you leave your kid there.
Mapenzi kizunguzungu, bro.
Manze, no manze. Usipigwe vumilia.
Do you believe in violence under any circumstance?
No. In fact, I always tell people I was in a relationship where this lady used to like beat me. By then, I hadn't started Zumba. I was big, like muscles. I was so big, and
you're gonna live.
And that lady, I don't think she weighed more than 60 kgs. But that lady, I mean, you'd go out. You know the way you just dance. If another lady dances with you, so one day she did that, and luckily enough, I had two friends. They were I was bleeding.
Oh damn!
I was bleeding. It was late. I was bleeding. Now friends of Chekivi, they see me.
No, quite retaliate, bro.
No, I couldn't. What I saw my mother going through, I couldn't do to any woman.
Salute,
I hated it. So this girl knew I couldn't. So what I used to do sometimes, I would just hold her hands and I would do that. Yeah? And she would really get furious when I hold her like this. My arm was so big. One slap, she would just I would just convert her into powder. But what for? So that day the angel visited me. So my friends come, they find me bleeding, and they're like, "This is Nicole." And the two ladies who are their girlfriend, they're like, "Okay, you cannot hit her." They turned to her.
They beat her.
Man. I don't know. Probably that was the one time I was like, Mutu amepigwa, and I was like, I appreciated it.
My woman beats me, I probably set her up with some women to beat her.
But
was that justified?
Well, no, actually, they did that, they hit her properly. They really sorted that well. Then they took her to Central
Police station.
Yes, they did. And I had to come and show them. So, and you men also, please, Charlie akipigwa, stop laughing. I was really mocked by the police.
They mocked you.
And that's one of the things that men are going through right now. There's a percentage of men currently as we speak, they're being probably not physically, but emotionally abused.
Like emotionally.
You know, with men
have been abused.
With men, they will act physically.
Yeah.
But women, they have a way of also abusing us verbally. They tell you things that will pull you down. So you see, a man, akitupuizo word sana, since he cannot go one-on-one with you, but now the society thinks, it's okay, but this is wrong.
Yeah.
Neither is correct.
I think what leads to this is
Yeah, but still that does not justify you to.
I understand. I think I was even telling editor. Women have to understand their power.
Yes.
And the power of a woman.
That
Nico winning strong.
True.
The power of a woman
is this.
I think they misuse it.
Yes, quite a lot.
Kwa sababu, Nico, think about it. If you got home and you're furious, you're mad about something, and then your woman just looks at you and they're like, "Babe, I'm sorry, just calm down, then we talk about it." What would you do?
I'll calm down.
That's the power of a woman. And I don't think most of them have mastered it. So they think when you come home and you're furious, and then what to do is to
True.
Alafu niue.
Niue. The bigger.
Women,
Then
stop telling men niue.
Then there's always because you cannot say it outside there. There's it all what that you have to put that kapip, whatever, because they know what to say to provoke you.
So you've been abused. And
yes, I have. In fact, physically too.
Niko kuna wanawake wanakukujenga wanakuambia issues zao unasikiza and you call them out for the issues. Do you have such?
Yes, we've had. Thank God for Zumba. They do that, but I try to call again professionals to talk to them.
Do it. Okay.
Yes, to talk to them, and most of them, quite a number of them, they've been assisted, and I vehemently believe in you. It's okay not to be okay. It's okay to talk about your issue. And again, I'm not just talking about women, also men. Men too. In fact, this generation, I was telling someone, men, even me as I grew up, when I was growing up, the society taught me it's okay to be angry, like mad, but it's not okay to be sad.
Yeah.
So as a man,
and that's really sad.
And being angry, that's when we look at someone and, we do what we have to do, then we regret. But for a man, if you're sad, it's equivalent to you being weak.
Nico, in honor of time, these are really sad things that we were fed growing up. You said you do not believe in violence under any circumstance.
No, I don't.
You're working with your lady,
and
then a stranger comes and spunks them.
Oh, I pray that doesn't happen.
What should you do?
First, we're talking about a man who's being disrespectful. And I don't want to act in front of a camera. Like,
you're not a believer in violence, so you're not going to...
I think I'm going to act on the basis that this man is being disrespectful.
And what is going to be your act?
Well, I think this is someone who strongly came looking for trouble, and they will get it.
So what would be trouble in this case?
You really want me to say the word, do you? Well, the thing is, definitely I'll retaliate. This is my woman.
And what do you mean retaliate? You'll spunk them?
I won't spunk them.
What are you going to do?
I might... I think that's reflex. I'll just jump in with a jab, definitely.
Okay.
But in a scenario,
in
this scenario, I didn't go looking for trouble. I'm talking of sometimes many times you go looking for trouble, and also if I would find my woman like having something with a man, I cannot go beating that. In fact, you can be beaten. This man can take a woman and still you get beaten. But I mean, even if I can beat this person, the thing is, if she's seen two men,
she's polyandrous.
Yeah, she just, and if in fact if you're the first man, this man just came into the scene. Then it means that she's already given herself to the other man.
So,
fight.
What does that make her?
She's a loser.
She's polyandrous.
She's a loser. And of course the other way around too anyway. Yeah.
But they call it polygamy, which is praised, but polyandry.
Yeah. But honestly speaking, bro, the bottom line of the composition, I will never advocate for violence, no matter what. I would pray and hope and really hope that I do not get myself into a situation where I'm going physical with someone's daughter or someone's son.
I never provoke violence, but I'm a believer of violence under circumstances.
Okay.
Yeah. If I'm with Nico and you do something to Nico, I'm not just gonna watch you. Ati juu Nico anakuwatch. Mi na believe kitu yote iko mbele yangu. And I went to therapy for violence. Now I'm not very violent. It's yeah. But I know, for me, I don't provoke violence. But when it comes, I take it how it comes, regardless of who you are. If I can't beat you, I'll find a way. I'll always. For me, me believe in vengeance. Just so you know.
There's this song I used to love when I was growing up. Promise me, son, not to do the things I've done. You've heard Kenny Rogers?
Yeah.
And there's a place he says, you don't have to fight to be a man, but a man, sometimes you find yourself in a situation where you have to.
That's why, we position to protect.
Yeah.
So.
But there's no point to prove. If in any case, violence, no.
Not at all. I like this punk.
Whichever angle. Well, at this punk, hey, that's...
The man anasema, I only believe in violence, but under circumstances.
How many times do you get someone spanking your girlfriend when you're with them?
I mean,
rarely.
Things happen randomly.
Unless they're drunk or mad.
Yeah, then they're not even drunk. It's something they probably do. Siamini ati mtu ufanya kitu juu ni mlevi.
Kuna mwenda wazimu pia.
Mwenda wazimu pia, kuna kofi unaweza mpea fiti, arudi fiti. Ushtukia hata alikuwa na
amerudi normal.
But to be honest, mchaisla mwenda wazimu, Rodi akasema pole. Watu wakasema na ni hapa tu sikitia ulimo watu wakasema kumbe no it just happened impulsively.
Right,
he actually was disrespecting a woman. Alimgrab kwa matiti.
No, that is wrong.
Nilimpea kopi fiti.
No, ayo ni mbaya.
Kopi fiti. Akasema pole. Watu wakasema huyu mtuzi wazimu.
In other words, that was wrong.
Nico.
Yes.
Art in Africa, you did a US tour. I've done a US tour.
Yes,
I wanted you to relate art in Kenya, Kwanza.
Yes.
And compare that to your tour in the US.
Yes. Art in Kenya, I feel it's still in its diapers.
Very underestimated, eh?
Yes. People want more, but they pay less. They might appreciate you verbally. You're very good. But when it comes to them appreciating in terms of cash, they start shying off.
Is it because they don't have, or even rich people just not seeing the need?
There are many reasons. I'll mention but a few. Sometimes we have quack instructors, if I may speak.
Not very good
my industry. Yeah. Someone comes to see what Nico is doing. Not in particular. Other instructors in Kenya were doing so well. They're doing things professionally. They learn a quarter of it. They go add whatever they think they need to add. They charge cheaper. Like something that should be charged like $35, maybe they charge $15. And Kenyans being Kenyans, not all Kenyans, some Kenyans are very good, they pay us so well. What do? They go for that instructor. Hata hospitali, unampenda hospitali ya kijiji, they are doing things like in a very shady way. So that's a challenge. Like recently, it's been like 4 or 5 years. People do other form of dances, they call it Zumba. They've been calling it Zumba because someone told them that is Zumba. So with time, they meet us, the Nicofit team and the other amazing instructor, they tell them, no, for you to call it Zumba, it has to be 70% Latin music and 70% Latin moves. Yeah.
Good.
Yes. So that's one of the reasons.
What's your take on the new generation Zumba instructors and how does it make you feel to see them do that?
Well, good things are happening. I can say for the past 2, 3, 4 years, we are having young people who are coming up, who are so passionate about it, then they're ready to put work into it. It's one thing being passionate and sleeping, and being passionate and working on what you love. Yes. So we are having instructors who are coming up, they're doing stuff, they're learning, they're ready to ask, they're ready to be mentored, they're ready to move on. And so far I can say we are headed in the right direction. Yeah, to a point I can tell you Kenya right now is in the map, Zumba map. Kenya is now known.
I know.
Yes. People are doing. You look at my mentees, they do stuff, and people in America, UK, China, like, oh, that girl, I love her energy. Oh, that boy is good.
I saw your video on someone's status, and I asked them if they know you. They said, no, I just love his energy and his class.
Oh my goodness, I'm humble.
So that explains.
Tell them I really appreciate it.
Yeah, that explains what you say about Kenya being on the map. And you know, you're one of the instructors.
Yeah.
There's a gym I went to in Kisumu and they were talking about Nico Fiti.
Oh my God. It's about time that nafani nisimame UMCA.
I think you really underestimate the person you are. You're too humble. What's ujinga? Ni nini unaficha? Ama unajificha kiasi? You don't pay tax.
If you sponsor me financially, I'm coming for you, man. On a lighter note.
Okay, that's interesting. I hope you're not joking about that, though. I think young people in leadership, it's good to.
We need to empower our young people. Especially, I'm very concerned. My heart is so heavy when it comes to boy child. Because if boy child every now and then you want handouts, then that scares me. I'm like, what kind of a generation are we having? What men in my own view, I think men, we are created to be problem solvers. Men, you can't be like, hey bro, mazeni aje nipige kambao tena kesho. So the next time I see you, next time nakuona ndo unakuja kunisalamia mimi na epa, alafu unakuja kunisalamia. So hiyo kitu lazima tujitume, lazima learn to work. Kunja nguo, chafua mkono, fanya kazi,
tafuta salary.
But there are also challenges. Challenges are also many. As a Zumba instructor or a fitness instructor, literally our clients need to appreciate our work. They pay as well. Then also the gyms. If you're a gym owner with so much humility, appreciate your instructors. Let me burst your bubble. Some of these clients, they do not come to your gym because you have the best facilities, but they follow those instructors.
That's true.
They follow those instructors.
The energy.
If you know how many clients I have in Kibera right now, they come from Kilelesho, they come from Langata. They can afford these good gyms, but they come there because they love the
That's
instructor.
what I say. You guys need to bring people to Kibera.
Yes.
Our initiatives, I think now we're establishing with my NGO, we're trying to build a space, a nice space in Kibera. Could probably have Zumba.
Oh, that would be nice.
But I think the goal is to bring people to Kibera. Ghetto positivity is something I've really been advocating for a very long time. So, Nico.
Yes.
As we wind up,
tell
us what is the long-term goal? What is next? What should we expect next from Nico? You can choose to be mysterious.
Yes. Well, with Nico Fiti.
Namsiroge Nico.
Tafadhaleni. So, for us, if I may speak as the flag bearer of Nico Fiti, I'm looking in the future a community where young, passionate boys and girls, through fitness, can be able to take care of themselves. We will minimize numbers in the juvenile. We will have women who can stand on their own, not disrespect their men, but if they can still stand on their own and take good care of themselves. We are looking at a community where these kids are fed, taken to good schools, and they can take themselves out of the slums. I always tell people, no matter what the NGOs bring down there, if they do not bring good education, then we'll still live down there. If they can bring education, the government can work together with us and take care of our kids academically. They will learn, they will take care of themselves, and they will move from this hood. So I am seeing a community where through fitness, and again, underlying fitness, we will empower both girl child, boy child, those two Toto to Dogo, and in the prison, and we will grow together. Yes. And for Nikofiti, I'm looking at myself in a few years being a Zumba Papa in Kenya, where I'll just be mentoring and advising young boys and girls on how to move, to take care of themselves, and not just to teach in Kenya. I am a young boy who was born, raised in Kibera, and now, by the grace of God, I've been traveling around the world.
Hallelujah.
And that is one
Hallelujah.
thing. That's one thing
Hallelujah.
that is for you too, that you can move out there. Do not limit yourself. Yeah, you can do wonders. Just be. How many times have I mentioned being passionate?
Several times, countless times. But Nico, I'm really interested in a partnership of me, you, and editor.
Yes.
Not having the girl child alone or boy child alone. I told her about it.
Yeah.
But I'm happy to sponsor a forum where we have the boy child, the girl child together, and then we talk about these issues. Because sababu hii a girl child kando, boy child kando, it's not worked. Now it's a lot of competition. We're trying to compare. Sijui kama mwanamke. I think mwanamke is a very special person. I don't want to sit somewhere and compare myself to a woman. Oh, I'm better than you. And then, that is a conversation. For me, it's a conversation I'd really like to get in, to bring both parties under one roof and talk about this.
Yes.
Before we finish, I want you to give credits to Zumba Fitness and where can people find you, and also some of the achievements real quick.
Okay. Find us at AV Fitness. It's along Bazi Avenue. Our classes are every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 6 to 7 p.m. and Saturday, 9 to 10 p.m. a.m. 9 to 10 a.m. Some of the awards that we've achieved, and with so much humility, I am the Zumba Inspiration of the Year. That was in Florida, Orlando. Also Pan-African Country Winner Fitness Program, Country Winner Kenya, and also Safaricom Inter-Dance Competition also. So we've 3 major awards, and we say thank you to all our esteemed clients. You've been so supportive. We love you so much, and all the Zumba fraternity, America, everywhere. I just want to say love and hugs from Kenya.
It was nice having you, champ.
Thank you.
Keep doing a great job.
Asante.
Yeah, I'm always with you, man.
Asante.
You're Victor to this community, and thank you for being at Victor's with Victor.
Thank you so much.
Subscribe, like, share, comment. If you have any questions, drop them on the comment section. See you.
See you.
Ciao.